Hello, welcome. I'm Claudia. Welcome to our last video of 2024 with none other than my favorite plants of the year. These are plants that I've just really loved this year, have enjoyed caring for, enjoyed growing. I look forward to a new leaf and just overall have brought me the most joy to have. If you're putting together your wish list for 2025, take some notes. There might be some plants here that inspire you. But as always, I would love to know if you have any of them, what your experience has been like with them, and of course, what some of your favorite plants this year have been. I narrowed down my list to 7 of my most absolute favorite plants. At the end, I will do some honorable mentions because, I could gush about a lot of my plants, but I really wanted to hone in and narrow down to those just extra special ones that just brought me the most joy, and I was just always really happy to grow and care for. I am not ranking the plants because I have a hard time playing favorites like that, but you can probably gauge a little bit which ones are a little bit more extra special to me as I speak about them. So I'll just start grabbing plants, showing you them. I'll tell you briefly maybe where they came from or what their care has been and things like that. But without further ado, let's get started. First and foremost, I have to mention my Alocasia Longiloba purple. The camera never quite captures how beautiful this is. Look at the size of this leaf. She is massive. She is on the slower growing side. There is a new leaf coming up right here, so I'm excited to see what size that's gonna be. I do know she has at least 2 corms in here. I don't really want to investigate the roots too much. She's happy, she's doing well, but I have to mention this because this was such an unexpected plant for me. I thought I was ordering, I have the whole thing, I believe. I did the unboxing with you as well as when it started to grow, and I realized that this wasn't what I ordered or what I thought I was ordering. I thought I was ordering a Longiloba silver, and she turned out a million times better. The color is gorgeous. She has these beautiful leaves. The backs are also really deep purple as well. Whenever I post about her, people always go nuts. I haven't seen them available anywhere else ever. I think I found a listing on Etsy that was sold out from a while ago, but I don't ever see them. And then especially when I do see them, I never see them look like mine. I can assume that maybe mine is brighter or deeper in color due to its growing conditions, but I am in love with her. She is the best. She is a slow grower, but that's okay. She has the pattern petioles, which are just gorgeous. This is, I think, the first bigger leaf it gave me under my care. A big question is, do they stay purple as they mature? And they very much do. They lose a little bit of that extra bright shininess than they have when they first emerge, but very much still deep dark purple and gorgeous. And yeah, I had to talk about her first because she's just everything I could have ever dreamt of and more. And the fact that she was a surprise, that just makes it so extra special. Next plant I absolutely have to talk about is my Tortum Florida Beauty hybrid. I have to back up so you can see it. It's grown so much. I find it to be a pretty fast grower. This is the newest leaf right here, so the color hasn't burnt in all the way. I hope you can hear me since I was backing up. But it's stunning. Stunning, stunning, stunning. And I will never forget when I first saw this plant at a local plant market, I was just gushing over it wow, this is gorgeous. But of course I was I'm never gonna have that plant. It was very, very expensive. And my husband surprised me with it. It is by far my most expensive plant. And yeah, we had a special anniversary and he surprised me with it, and I was immediately, I wish that my reaction would have been recorded, because when I saw the plant, I said, take it back, call them back and ask if they can take it back. I can't I should not have this, but I am so, so very grateful that he did this and made it happen for me. It's gorgeous. It needs proper support. It currently just has this acrylic stake that, you know, it's just not enough for it. So I want to get it a coir pole, I think. And it also needs more space in the cabinet, to be honest. So I have been pondering the idea of getting a cabinet just for this, my Longiloba purple and my Queen Anthurium. So tell me if I'm crazy. And if you don't think I'm crazy, should I get another Milsbo tall for them, or a, ooh, it's slipping my mind. It's slipping my mind. I'll write the name, but the one that's black and taller. So let me know your thoughts on that. But this plant has completely, for being like such a exotic hybrid, I would call it, it's been really easygoing, grows really fast. It's really beautiful. The color is stunning, and I feel so incredibly lucky to have it. This next one may come as no surprise at all, especially if you follow me over on Instagram, but this is the top cut of my strawberry shake, Philodendron strawberry shake. So I still have my bottom cut, my original mother plant, and I still love it very much, but this top cut has really outdone itself. I mean, I think that in general, I just got super lucky with these genes. It is just everything I could have ever dreamed of in this plant and more. And the mother plant was featured last year as one of my favorite plants last year. But I mean, how could it not be? She is stunning. She's just so, so beautiful. I don't even know what to say about her. And she's a fast grower. I ended up potting the top cut in pond just because my Pink Princess did so well. I have the mother in Coco Core. It's a Coco Core Perlite mix, I believe, just those two, and it does really well there. But again, the Pink Princess was doing so well in pond that I figured I would give it a go. And I mean, need I say more? She is gorgeous. I'm so lucky with these genes. I can't get over her. I also need to get her some good support because she's starting to get pretty floppy. But I love her, and I find her easygoing, and I can't believe, I will never forget the very first time I saw this plant in person. It was like $850 for a small plant, and they go for so cheap now. And I was so lucky to get mine last year, and that the genes were just so beautiful. But yeah, Philodendron strawberry shake. My next favorite plant might come as a little bit of a surprise because I never talk about it, but I love and enjoy it so much. And it is my variegated Albo money tree. This was grafted. I can't remember when I got it, but it only had two of the, are these called leaves? Two of the little umbrella things. And look at what it's grown into now. And I find it so easygoing, just like the green version. It does live in my Milsbo tall cabinet, but I feel like, and even Jackie said, because I got it from Jack's Jungle, that she grows hers in ambient and they do great. Granted, she's in Florida, but I mean, just from my experience and having it in the cabinet, I feel like it's just as easygoing as the green one. I could be wrong, I guess, but this has been just such a joy to have. It's so beautiful. There has so much white. I rarely, if ever, get browning. This browning is from getting burnt or too close to the grow light. So not, you know, the typical browning that you would think that you get with Albo. But I love, love, love. Highly recommend if you can get your hands on one, or if you've had it on your wish list. It's just beautiful and so easygoing. This next plant will come as no surprise to you. It is one of my Monstera Albo cuttings from my original Monstera. I documented the whole thing about I was trying to propagate it, I repotted it, it started to rot, blah, blah, blah. I ended up with a bunch of cuttings, and this is one of the mid cuts and the most vigorous grower. I don't understand why, but this started growing really quickly, and the color is just everything and more. It's so, so beautiful. Like, look at all of these, like the sectoral with the marbling. I mean, my original Monstera, I always loved the beautiful coloring of it, and this offspring is no exception. So I really have loved her. I decided to add her into pond just kind of to see how it would do and respond in pond. It's been doing really well. It kind of grows consistently, like one leaf after another. There's another on the way here, you can see, and I just love her. I envision, like, I don't know, this kind of like little cute petite size with fenestrations, and I can't wait to see what this is gonna turn into. I'm excited to see what it does like in the next year. So I mean, I feel like Monstera Albo will always have my heart, like such a beauty. Like, yeah, nothing can beat it. Next up, I have to talk about my Alocasia Variegated Frydek Albo. I mean, first of all, look at all of this completely ghosty leaf with just that tiny little bit at the bottom. It actually does this kind of often, but it's okay because it also gives me leaves like this and like this. And this is the newest one here, like this. I do have 3 bigger size. So this is actually the smaller of the 3 that live in my Millsbow wide. I'll show you all 3 of them kind of side by side. One of them has a lot lower color, but all of its corms have been very highly variegated, like just more like this. And yeah, I just love them. I have debated whether I should really only keep 2 and let go of 1, but I can't do it. I can't. And this one has huge corms right on the surface, if you can see them. They give me corms often and a lot, and they sprout really, really fast. I use those little seedling trays with the built-in lights, and usually within 2 weeks they're sprouting. So I really, really love this plant. I've completely fallen in love with it. I think it's really easy and just such a beauty. Like, who would not love this? It's just so, so beautiful. So yeah, I have 3 and counting, because I think I have a couple other babies somewhere around. And while I try to get rid of my babies, sometimes they just look so cute and I want to have them. But yeah, I had to mention this one because it's just such a beauty. And the last spot on my list goes to kind of an unexpected plant. It was only, I don't know, since like summer or so that I kind of saw her in a new light, and I just fell in love with her all over again. And it is none other than my Hoya Krimson Princess is what this was sold to me as, but it does have the more kind of circly leaves versus elongated. So I mean, it may not be a full princess, maybe it is, I don't know. The other version that I think looks similar to this is a Brazil or an Exotica, I think. Whatever she is, I love her. She's huge, first of all. I did buy her kind of in a bigger full pot, but she wasn't this long. She consistently grows for me, even though she kind of gets, not kind of, for sure gets low light. She still sun stresses. I'm trying to find a new leaf to show you. Still sun stresses pink. Her vines are pink, and she's just, I mean, look how cute. Just so big and easygoing, and truly like such beautiful color for a very common plant. So yeah, I don't know, again, I'm not exactly sure when or how it happened, but all of a sudden I saw her and I was like, this is a gorgeous plant, and I've just really been enjoying her a lot this year. Narrowing my list down to 7 was really, really hard, so I do want to give some honorable mentions. And first and foremost, we are going to talk about my Ficus Taniki. I think I have a Taniki and a Sylvie, but I kind of classify them as the same thing. I will show you them on the screen, but I always often say that those are my favorite plants, or that is my favorite plant, and I continue to stand by it. They're both really easygoing, really beautiful. The leaves are like, I mean, I can go on and on and on about this plant, but it's like a watercolor painting every leaf, and they're just gorgeous. So of course I am going to mention that. A couple others I want to mention, and I'll just talk about them briefly, but my Watsoniana Lightning, she is currently in a little bit of rehab state also. I did that rehab with you here on YouTube, but she did just grow, the top cut grew a beautiful, pretty significant sized leaf, and I've seen, and I was able to get like a very large leaf from her at one point, and she's just very, very beautiful. I am excited to have a healthy plant of her, hopefully soon. Another one I really can't just continue on without mentioning is my Anthurium Warocqueanum, or my Queen Anthurium. She's been pretty easygoing for me. I can't remember when I got her. I can note the date if I can, and I'll write what she looked, or I'll add a photo of what she looked like when I first unboxed her, but she's grown into such a beautiful plant. I find her pretty easygoing. She does live in my Millsbo wide cabinet. She doesn't like her leaves touched or messed with as she's unfurling or expanding. So, you know, fair, she wants her space, but she is beautiful. And yeah, I'm so happy I have her, and I'm looking forward to seeing her grow. Although, like I mentioned, I'm not sure if in this video or this video earlier, I feel like I need a cabinet just for like 2 or 3 plants that are quickly outgrowing their space. Briefly, I'll mention my Anthurium Clarinervium because I mean, I feel like that's the first Anthurium I started having like really good success with, and he's been easy and just beautiful, the most beautiful, perfect leaves. So I can't make a favorites video without mentioning that one. Of course, my larger Monstera Albo that I was trying to replace my OG with. I love her. She has really beautiful color, lots and lots of white, but I really love that. I think she's gorgeous. But what I really wanted to mention is my Monstera Thai constellation. I feel like I really fell in love with Monstera Thai this year. It's so beautiful. I think that what was happening before was that I just didn't have the right Thai constellation, whereas I feel like I found my Thai constellation and she's gorgeous. And then the very last one I'll mention is my Philodendron Splendid, and mainly because I've been able to grow it so high up a pole, but also I'm finally starting to see him really size up, and those leaves are beautiful. They're so, I don't know, like a little bit of velvety sheen, like just beautifully heart-shaped. So I mean, it's gonna need to be chopped soon, but I've really been enjoying growing him and caring for him up a pole, which I don't usually like to do because poles are a lot of work. This brings us to the end of my 2024 favorites. I'd love to hear what some of your favorites have been this year and why. And then let me know what you think. Do you think I missed anything out of the plants that you've seen in my collection this year? Let's chat more down in the comments below, and I will see you very soon with more planty content. Thank you again so much for being here with me this year. I truly appreciate you. I love making these videos and sharing them with you. I love interacting with you, and I hope we see a lot more of each other in 2025. Talk to you soon. Bye.